The temperatures are dropping, and the Burlington Department of Public Works is bracing for a potential snowy season. Last week I went to the salt shed to visit DPW Director John Sanchez to see how the Burlington DPW is preparing for winter's arrival.
We go through the same process that most DPWs do around here. We actually start very early on in the summertime. That's when we start actually getting ready for winter, believe it or not. When everybody's thinking about going to the beach and doing other things, we're actually getting ready for the following season. One of the many things we do is we go through all the equipment that we have. There are a lot of moving parts in our sanders and our trucks that we have to go through with our plows, etc., just to make sure that everything is going to be ready for the winter time. We got to make sure that we have enough material, in this case salt. We have some liquid chemicals that we use as well. We go through all of that. And by that I mean we have to go out to bid to actually purchase those materials for the following winter season. So we go through all the paperwork process as well with our private contractors.
As you can see, the salt shed on Grant Avenue is falling apart. The DPW was hoping to build a new salt shed by the fall of 2016, but the plans fell through.
Well, we went to town meeting in the spring, and town meeting gave us funds to actually replace this salt shed, and we were very ambitious. We thought that we were going to be able to get the money, get it designed, get it approved, take this one down and build one before this winter season started. Unfortunately, it takes a little longer than that, and so we had to make do with the one that we have. It's going to work. But as you can see from some of the shots that you're probably going to take later, it needs repair, and needs repair soon. And in our case, it's actually a full replacement. But we're going to be able to use it. We were prepared to do the work this year. We in fact had emptied it of salt at the end of the last season, and we had to actually fill it back up again because obviously we needed salt for this year. But yeah, it'll do one more year. Our plan is to finish the season in early 2017, and at that point be ready to take this one down and build the new one.
The replacement of the salt shed will be done over the course of next summer, and much of what you will see here will be completely overhauled.
The goal of the new one is to actually be probably 3 times in capacity as this one is. And the reason for that is we would typically use about 3,000 tons of material per year. And this salt shed, in a good day, we can probably put about 850, maybe 900 tons, which means that we constantly need material being delivered during the winter time. And unfortunately, when we need materials, all the other towns around us need materials as well. And what we had in the past is in many winters, we don't get deliveries when we need them to, and we're actually run the risk of being here without salt.
Safety is always important during wintry events. The DPW does not recommend going out during big storms, especially if conditions are severe.
Well, the one thing that we as residents is particularly during big storms. If you don't need to go out during the storm, please do not. It's very hard for us to get to where we need to go when we have vehicles traveling at the same time. Over the last few years, the state actually called for full driving bans, which they were good during the big events. But even on the smaller events, it makes it very hard for us and our contractors to get to the places they need to go and plow if you have vehicles in the way. We end up actually helping people get vehicles out of the way because a lot of times they don't have traction, and we need to plow. So unless you need to go out, if there's no need, then wait until the storm is over. Typically between 4 and 6 hours after the end of the event, all the roads are taken care of and people can travel safely after that. But in the storms, if there's not a need to go out during the storm, we ask people not to go out.
Please be prepared this winter and stay safe. From the salt shed, I'm Robert Paris for B News Weekly.